Hello, 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 and welcome to my next reaction to Daredevil Born Again. So, I'm going to be honest with you guys, I am insanely tired today. I had a little bit of a rough night. Rocco, my dog, for those of you who don't know, kept waking me up, and I got very minimal sleep. I'm going to call the vet once they open, because I'm a little worried. He kind of was just crying throughout the night, and it was very difficult for me to figure out what was actually going on. And some of you know that Rocco's had a rough few months, so I kind of just want to make sure that everything's good on that front. But yeah, all of that is to say, I might seem a little off during this reaction. I might seem to have lower energy than usual because I'm just really tired, in all honesty. And I'm about to get into a very busy season for my channel where postponing filming really has a domino effect that at this moment in time is just not worth it. So I hope you guys will forgive me for being a little bit tired today and having possibly slightly lower energy than normal. I will say though, I am happy I'm watching Daredevil. Beloved character deaths aside, I'm really happy to have this show and this universe kind of back on my channel, and I'm very excited about that, regardless of how tired I am. All right, let's go.
They bring you some food?
No.
Oh.
Luquillo is a beach near where I'm from in Puerto Rico. White sand, the palm trees, and the coqui. This little tree frog doesn't croak, it sings its name. The tourists, man, they think it's noisy and annoying, but to us Boricuas, man, it's a magical sound. And the coqui, it mates for life, right? So every sunset, thousands of these frogs start calling out to the one and only love.
You're gonna see that beach again, Hector. I promise. And you'll be reunited with your family.
I certainly hope so. Oh, you got me in my feels a little bit.
Evening, gentlemen. Oh, maybe in it. Couldn't trouble you for the keys to this fine vehicle, could I? And, wallets while you're at it.
You too, Susan.
You know whose truck this is? Oh. Are you a hard man, are you?
Yeah.
Silly wee bastard.
Oh!
Somebody invades my privacy. I have no problem taking my piece and putting it to their head. That's it.
Long dark nights out here, man. Good versus evil, evil versus evil, good versus good.
I've said it before, I love those little interjections. And I have a feeling I'm gonna like BB. Just a guess.
Last night there was a double homicide not half a mile from the port. Apparently a hijacking gone wrong. It really doesn't hope so. The place is a destination.
We should make the appropriate calls and inspire Chief Gallo to make it a priority.
Yeah, we can try.
They're misbehaving because there's no one at the head of the table. Without you or me there, they'll turn on each other.
They're rats. Rats at the bottom of the barrel. Let them kill each other.
And when they're done with each other, whoever is left standing will come after you.
That world, that kind of violence, petty blood feuds, none of it is our concern.
Okay. I don't think she's wrong. And it might spiral. Okay.
You know you don't need those glasses indoors, right?
I'm sorry, are you talking to me?
Who's there? You're a blind lawyer who can fight.
Officer Powell.
You know, Murdoch, I bet Judge Cooper would be interested to hear that you're interfering with a police investigation.
Oh, I think you mean a shakedown.
Well, not exactly seem ethical. I bet he'd throw you right off the case.
I'll see you in court, officer.
Sweetie, you do not want round two. You do not want round two. You didn't get enough in round one?
He says it relaxes him or whatever.
That's what this is for. Hey,
Oh.
it's very cool. Come on, man.
First of all, it's not a party. I'm not your man. And this is just for me to get you to understand without sweating and puking.
Relax. I got you.
Well, this doesn't fill me with confidence, but you know.
Officer Powell.
Did you and Officer Shanahan see much action that night?
Yeah, we didn't see any action until we got down to the platform on 168th. Well, we were just finishing up a routine sweep. Places like a ghost town. And the defendant, he just came out of nowhere. He had this wild look in his eyes, and when you're a cop long enough, you know what that look means, and he starts running towards us.
Did you tell the defendant to stop?
Yes, many times.
Overreact, Hector.
I'm so sorry, love. Keep it together.
Yeah, next thing I know, the guy just takes Cal and he just pushes him in front of the train. Me and Kel Shanahan, we were partners for 8 years. You know, that's 8 years of beers and kids and just talking about how shitty the Knicks are. Kel Shanahan was my best friend.
Okay, let's get to the cross. Get him again, Matt.
Good morning. I'm told you have a black eye. I hope everything is okay.
Yeah, don't worry about it.
You know, there's this thing they say in boxing, the best cure for a black eye is fast hands.
Objection.
Matt!
Make sure I'm clear on something. You testified that before my client arrived at the station, the place was a ghost town. By alone, you mean just the two of you, no one else?
That's right.
There's no passenger waiting for a train.
No.
Which means there certainly wasn't a confidential informant you were roughing up.
Objection.
You better have a good faith basis for this, Mr.
Yeah,
Murdoch.
I do, Your Honor.
Tight leash, if you get my meaning.
Officer Powell, let's try this. You ever met a man named Nicky Torres?
I never heard of him.
It's curious, because as I understand it, Nicky Torres is a confidential informant, used to work with the NYPD. In fact, used to work with you and Officer Shanahan directly. Officer Powell, did you and Officer Shanahan have an arranged meeting with Nicky Torres on the platform that night?
I told you I don't know him.
Yeah, you did say that. Thank you.
I will say, until Nikki takes the stand, I'm nervous.
Torres cannot testify.
The tattoo again. Oh, goodness.
Should I be worried? Yep.
Hey, you promised I'd be safe.
We're fine if you stay out of sight. Come on, let's go.
Not that I don't trust Cherry. I do, but you know what I mean.
Looking at the doors isn't going to get them here any faster.
Who says I'm looking at the doors?
I'll be here. You good?
Mr. Murdoch, calling witness.
Just another second, Your Honor.
Morning, officer. Get out of the van, asshole.
Cherry's got some tricks up his sleeve. He's got tricks. He's got tricks! Okay. Let's go!
Would you state your name for the record?
My name's Nicky Torres.
And where do you live, Mr. Torres?
Washington Heights.
So are you close to the 168th Street subway station?
Yeah, it's 4 blocks from my house.
Where are you working right now?
I'm between jobs at the moment.
Right, you've had a rough couple of years, huh?
18 months ago, I got pinched for dealing. I knew I shouldn't have done it, but I got a kid. I needed money.
What happened with that case?
It went away.
Can you tell the jury why?
I told the cops I'd help them out sometimes.
And by help out, you mean become a confidential informant?
Yeah.
Mr. Torres, is that what you were doing on the night of New Year's Eve? Were you passing along information to Officer Shanahan and Powell?
Don't let them intimidate you. Don't. No.
Remembering you're under oath.
Oh, Matt's getting frustrated.
No. It's home all night.
Forgive me, I'm confused here. Previously, you stated pretty clearly that you were actually at the 168th Street subway station being beaten with a hair dryer yellow interview to save your life.
Objection.
Withdraw the witness, Your Honor.
Mr. Torres, you are dismissed.
Matt knew he was gonna lie before he even spoke. Okay. Oh, my heart. I really do feel so bad for this guy.
We don't take orders from you, son. That's not how things work.
Luca, this is what you owe Victor. Restitution.
1.8. I like the sound of that.
Are you out of your mind? Maybe next time you should hire guys who know how to jack
Maybe
a
you
truck.
should have hired a bunch of trigger-happy assholes. Enough! 1.8. That's the number.
Oh yeah, I got a better idea. How about I pay $0 to Victor, and you go tell Fisk if he's got something to say to me, he can come tell me himself. I take orders from the mayor's errand boy.
Okay.
I don't work for the man. I work for the man.
So he was fine.
I don't think you want Fisk to get that
He
message.
was fine.
He may be taking a step back right now, but
The cops got to him, but they threatened his kid.
Maybe there's a paper trail, some kind of CI registration form or a record of payments or something.
There's nothing. Powell did everything cash, kept it all off the books.
You testify for them? Is there a case we can hang on him?
Nothing I found.
He's innocent. We put him on the stand. He tells his side of the story, the truth. And we hope the jury see him the way we do.
I mean, that seems to be what you have.
I sent Buck to Luca to tell him to pay Victor 1.8 restitution for the hijacking.
Let's not fall into a place where I don't trust you.
Oh.
I don't like watching everything fall apart.
I respect that. Chaos must reign. Just for a moment. To build a stronger order.
Is that what it is? Chaos before a stronger peace? Or is it my penance for what I did?
No.
You're punishing me for Adam.
I'm not punishing you for anything.
You're leaving me out in the cold.
Tense.
Thank you for your patience. Where were we?
Whew. I can feel it over here.
How often? Where were you going, Mr. Ayala?
My wife and I, we live with my sister and my niece. We've always dreamt of having our own place, and I had finally saved up the money. I put a deposit down on a studio in the South Bronx. I was going there to put the flowers there for the next day.
You're heading into the station. What happens next?
I heard yelling. It sounded like someone was in trouble, so I ran down.
Did you know the man?
No, and I never saw him again until yesterday in court. And now I know his name is Nicky Torres.
Did you know they were police officers?
No. I yelled at them to stop, and they didn't. So I ran down to help. I tried to break it up, and they started beating on me, and I tried to fight them off, and then all of a sudden one of them slipped and fell into the tracks. Didn't want anyone to get hurt.
Could have just walked away, ignored the problem. You decided to risk your own safety to help a stranger. Wasn't the first time, was it?
I don't understand.
Well, I'm just saying that you put yourself in harm's way before. Many times. The question is, why?
Matt, don't do this.
Mr. Ayala, yes or no? Are you the vigilante known as the White Tiger?
Objection!
Oh.
Mr. Ayala!
Oh, wait. Oh, okay. I don't know how I feel
Well, you are a real slippery piece of shit, you know that?
You sat in that very spot, and you misled me. You had the nerve to stand up and make a mockery of my
It wasn't
courtroom.
my intention, Your Honor. They somehow got to my star witness. My hand was forced.
What happened to all that lofty rhetoric about unfairly biasing the jury?
Hector's alter ego is critical to this case. What he's done as the White Tiger speaks to the strength of his character. It's well within my...
Is there a division of hypocrisy at Murdoch?
Stop it.
It is a bit
Strike this from
flip-floppy.
the record, but that is pointless. You blew open this door, Mr. Murdoch, which means...
Yeah, it's open season on my client. I get it.
Well, that's it.
Thank you, Your Honor.
I sit atop a pyramid of over 500 ADAs. You're not going to be able to stumble into traffic court without one of them up your ass. I hope it was worth it.
Okay.
I don't think that Mr. Ayala
Matt's dealt with bigger threats.
You know why? He's Puerto Rican. He's gonna single him out. To have enough evidence, he should go to prison. But give him a fair try, which I don't think he's gonna get it.
That could win the case, but I don't know.
You should have asked me first.
Yeah, that's my, yep, yes.
Just trying to keep you out of prison, buddy. We were losing. I had to take a big swing. You know, Hector, if you are acquitted, your White Tiger days are over. I mean, you know that, right? You can't.
Well, also, won't he be a target for
Put that
Fisk?
suit back on.
I don't think you understand. Being the White Tiger is more than just putting on a suit. It's who I am. It's a calling. I didn't choose it. You might as well ask me to stop breathing.
There are other ways to help, other ways to contribute. I think you might be surprised at how much you don't miss being him.
All right. Are we talking about Hector or Matt?
I tried to open the door, but it was stuck. I thought for sure we were dead, until all of a sudden I see someone running toward us. It was White Tiger. He saved our lives.
If White Tiger hadn't been there, I don't know what would have happened.
And now, this is a police report filed by Officer Lucas Barlow. The suspect was hiding in an alley, and before I could draw my weapon, he attacked me without provocation. And then White Tiger appeared. He intervened, pulled the suspect off me, then helped me subdue and arrest the suspect.
Officer Reyes, Officer Wong, Officer Morales, Officer Grant. All of these tell a different version of the same story. And it isn't the story of a man who has a vendetta against the police. Why would you risk your life by running toward a burning car to save strangers?
It's the right thing to do.
What about John and Moreno? You again put yourself in harm's way. Why?
It's the right thing to do.
And when you saw Officer Barlow was in trouble, you ran in when others would have run out.
It's the right thing to do.
Oh.
Would any of you walk into battle with one arm tied behind your back? I wouldn't. Hector Ayala goes out and risks his life to keep his neighborhood safe, to protect his community. So ask yourselves, does this sound like the type of man who would murder a police officer in cold blood? He is a man of integrity. The community says so. The police say so. The mask doesn't make the man. He's a hero.
Well, okay, Matt. Okay.
Good people can do bad things. Bad people can do good things. Humans. All of us. We're messy, complicated, capable of good, capable of evil. Yes, Hector Ayala might have done some good things. Does that make him incapable of doing a bad thing?
I feel like you're reaching a little bit, but okay.
You don't actually die until they back the train up, and then your body, it just bursts. And that is exactly what happened to Officer Shanahan when Hector Ayala pushed him. But we're supposed to be okay with that, right? Because he's done some nice things for people. Because it was the right thing to do. And every single day, these brave men and women show up to serve the people of this city, to serve you, to serve me. And they do all that without a mask. If Hector's sole intent was to do good for his community, why is he hiding? Because the last time I checked, real heroes don't need to hide.
Okay. Okay, all right. I hate to say it, but he had a decent closing in the end. Ugh! The start was a little, for me, at least. But Matt did good. So. I'm genuinely so nervous. Okay.
In the matter of the people versus Hector Ayala, on the count of murder in the first degree, the jury finds the defendant not guilty. On the count of murder in the second degree, the jury finds the defendant not guilty. The jury finds the defendant not guilty.
Now you gotta take care of yourself now.
Mr. Ayala?
There's gonna be fallout.
You're free to go.
Thank you, Your Honor. Thank you.
I think. Shit. I know.
See, my old partner and I, straight out of law school, we were so broke. We pulled about everything we had together for an office bottle of Melvin's. Only broke it open when we won. Needless to say, the first bottle lasted a very long time. Nice little reminder that once in a while, the system works.
You were talking about your friend, Foggy Nelson, right?
Yeah.
I was kind of wondering when you would.
It's not easy. He certainly knew how to enjoy the good moments when they came.
He did.
Well then, may God hold them all in the hollow of his hand.
Oh. Clearly I'm not over it.
The masked vigilante, the murderer, is about to roam the streets, and a veteran of the NYPD lies dead. These vigilantes are a threat to any society that's based on the rule of law. These vigilantes, they are not heroes. I ran on a promise. And the acquittal of Hector Ayala demands that I keep it. The rule of law must prevail.
That's not Frank, but oh, is that the frog? And the waves? Oh, what does this show do to me? All right, well, my loves, what an emotional and I think very brilliantly done episode. I've talked about this before, how, you know, like almost every season of Daredevil, I have like a new favorite. And one of the reasons for that is, one, because they have such brilliant characters, just in general, right? But also because they're really good at this show, this universe is very good at making you care about somebody so quickly, you know? And it really doesn't take them much time, and you can see that in this episode. The emotional investment that I had in this trial, you would think I was watching this character for seasons, you know? And that's due to the writing, to the performance, all of the aspects all together. Like, I was just so invested. And I do believe that I did see a couple of comments talking about, I believe the actor has since passed. So rest in peace, and also, I mean, phenomenal performance. Like, just even the simplest thing of the way that he was able to portray that, like, you know, when Matt asked him, have you eaten? And you can tell that he's struggling. He's in this, like, this physical pain, and it's almost as if he wants to win this, not just obviously probably for his family as well, but he wants to win this to be able to do more good. And oh my goodness, there's so much to dive into, I guess, but I guess I did want to say I really do like when Daredevil leans on kind of the courtroom aspect. I don't think I would want that for every single episode of Daredevil, obviously, but I think, you know, kind of courtroom dramas, when done well, they can be really fascinating to watch, and I felt that here. You know, I felt the frustration when, you know, the witness took the stand and Matt knows, oh, he's about to lie. And just the pain of that, you know, that being the whole case, and Cherry putting a good amount of effort into getting that guy to the damn courtroom. Shout out to you, Cherry, you know? And there's this feeling of a loss of hope there about the case. And then, I mean, all the conflicted feelings when Matt revealed his identity. The main thing, which he said, Hector, the main thing that I was like, did you talk to him before the revealing? And I do think he should have asked him first. My opinion. But also, you know, was it the move that won the case? I think so. You know? Yeah. And they were able to bring forth all of the evidence of, you know, people that he's saved, testimonies, and all of that. And so, yeah. But also, it did expose him. And I mentioned it at some point, but yeah, my mind went directly to Fisk and what he said in that conversation with Matt about vigilantes and so it was such a conflicting moment. And how is Matt gonna feel? I mean, I think he's going to feel guilt for sure, but how is he going to move on? What is going to be the catalyst in this season that makes him become Daredevil again? Because we know it's going to happen, but, you know. And I think he wants to believe in the system, not just because of who he is, right? He wants to believe that kind of moment that he had with Heather there at the end, that cheersing, that the system sometimes works. That was one of Foggy's big things. I just rewatched the whole show. Foggy was such a, you know, advocate for letting the system work. Now, was it corrupt a lot of the time and it didn't work? Yeah. So there was this sort of tug and pull of how much do you rely on vigilantes and how much do you rely on, you know, trials going in a way that justice is actually served. Especially when you have a lot of crooked cops rocking a skull. I don't know how Frank is going to feel about that. Okay? Okay, first of all, that wasn't Frank at the end. You can't tell me. You can't. You could try to tell me. I won't believe you. But I think Frank is going to have some stuff to say. It does possibly make me think, just a reiteration, I don't really look up stuff about the seasons and I don't watch trailers or anything like that. So I don't know if Frank is actually going to show up in this season. Maybe John has been announced. I don't know. Please don't tell me. But it's pointing in that direction. Yeah, there's a tragedy to this. You know, you think, I don't know. I mean, I was worried about Fisk. Don't get me wrong, but it felt like it was this triumphant moment. He puts the suit back on, and he goes to save somebody, and in an instant, I mean, just a shot to the head. And then here we go again. At what point does Matt no longer rely on the system? Have faith in that. As much as I think there is merit to that at times. There's always been this struggle of, you know, Matt Murdock, the lawyer, versus the devil of Hell's Kitchen, vigilante, right? It's always, you know. And that's a balance that's hard to navigate. And I think he's really trying for himself, but also for Foggy's memory to really go in that direction. Among other things, obviously, other reasons. But he's gonna tippy tap again. And it's gonna be sooner rather than later. I'm quite curious how everything's going to go with Fisk and Vanessa. It's tense. It's really, really tense, and I guess the thing that I will say is that if they are not on the same page, it could combust very quickly for both of them. The other thing I want to point out is I really hope, too early to tell, but I really hope Fisk kind of trusting in BB so much is gonna come around and bite him in the ass eventually. That's just my hope right there, okay? That's just, you know, that's just a personal thing as a big fan of, you know, the beloved Ben Urich. Okay. I feel like there's probably something that I'm missing talking about. I'm so sorry if I did miss something. I'm really tired. I'm really tired. I do hope this was a good reaction for you guys. You know, it's one of those things when you film almost every day. Sometimes you're just not at your best. And honestly, whenever I sit down and I'm super tired, I'm just like, I hope this isn't like the biggest episode that I have to really be on my game and, you know, be entertaining, be insightful, you know, all of those things. And, you know, this was I think, a very important episode, surely. So, I hope it was decent for you all. It is what it is, right? But I think that is about it. If you would like to support me on Patreon or subscribe, I would really appreciate it. But if not, I'm just happy that you were here. Thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you next time. Bye.